Good morning, everybody. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Facebook is, I don't know, threw me for a loop this morning. Said, hey, you need to just sort of recreate this entire event again before I can let you go live. So, thank you for giving me a few minutes to get that up and running live. Now, let me just get you all configured on my screen here in a way that, there we go. Okay. So, I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. And if you haven't had a chance to read my introductory email for today, or you're not signed up to get them, you can do that on my the top post on my Facebook page, or you can do it on my website at www.oneselfcoaching.com. So, what I wanted to talk about today, this sort of pre-mom wish list, is something I was going to say avoiding, but maybe it's just something that I'm kind of nervous to talk about because I have to get vulnerable. And then that means there's potential for exclusion or hurt or backlash in some way. So please go easy on me when I share with you my personal experience, not because I think it should be everyone's or your personal experience, but because I think that if someone had said these things to me, if I had this information ahead of time, I might have had a different experience. I guess that's what it comes down to, and I'm hoping that maybe if you're the right person out there hearing this, that you might have a different experience or feel more connected. And that's ultimately why I'm here today. So I had originally planned to go through like a whole list of things with you guys today, but as I was working on it, my gut told me that I should break it down a bit further. So today I'm only going to be going through one of the things that was on my pre-mom wish list, and I promise I'll come back and do the rest on later dates, but it was important to me to flesh out these ideas, and to try and do that would either make this an incredibly long video, which I don't want to do, or be glossing over things in attempt to be respectful of your time. So let's start with a bit of pre-story. So there was definitely a time in my life where I was not afraid to go around judging parents in public and in their homes about their parenting styles and how they handled their kids. And those judgments were like, oh, well, my kids will never do that, and my kids will always do that, and they'll be like this and behave like that. Now, granted, I didn't have children at the time I was making these judgments, so it was super easy to like create this mental checklist of do's and don'ts, because when I do come to procreate, I'm going to need this list. Now, I also never said these things out loud. I mean, I wasn't raised in a barn, and my mom confirmed that with me regularly throughout my childhood. But unquestionably, in my mind, I actually thought to myself, what's so hard about this? Why don't they just insert naive suggestion here, right? Like, I don't think that I'm the only person who's ever done that, because it's hard to understand things that you've never experienced before, and it's natural to have a confidence in yourself and to think that you can handle things, right? So I thought, okay, well, I don't know what the problem is here. And part of the reason I think for that mindset could be because I actually never intended to have children. When I was a teenager, I had a conversation with my mom about having my tubes tied so that I would never get pregnant. And she gently let me know that there was probably not ever going to be a doctor who would do that for someone my age without a medical reason, and also that I might come to change my mind in the future. So, as you know, I'm a parent, and after I have 2 children and a stepson. So after my grandmother met my own children, she reminded me about that time in my life where I didn't want to have children, and I was adamant about it. And she told me that she was really glad that I had changed my mind. But even still, today, with my son almost 12 and my daughter 2 weeks away from being 10, I still have mixed emotions about my decision to become a parent. More on that later. So many years, a few, interprovincial moves, a too soon marriage, a right on time divorce. Right after that, I met my current husband. Now, he already had a son from his previous marriage, and when I saw them together, my mind changed about having children. If I was going to have children, then this was the guy that I was going to have them with. I mean, our personal values lined up in ways that I needed them to, and we were deeply committed to one another. We had also built a solid foundation for our relationship before bringing more children into the world. We had some discussion around child rearing and what each of us thought the roles of mother and father looked like. And now this is something that